We loved it. Hey, all right. Hey, welcome to everybody to the 30th installment, Hangar 18. Maybe we know too much. Maybe that's why we made it fucking 30. Who knows? I just like to say thank you, and fuck you. And with me, as always, is the Spock to my Kirk, the Galvatron to my Knack Hunt, the Southern Baritone Panty Dropper, Dreadwind.
Nah, that's Galvatron.
See, that's how it works these days. Actually, I take that back. Let me do that again. All right, I'm Galvatron, and with me, as always, is my co-host Galvatron.
There you go.
All right, so yeah, welcome everybody to the 30th installment of Hangar 18, where Dreadwind and I talk about various heavy metal issues that are bothering everybody in the mainstream of heavy metal. And by that I mean, 2 or 3 people. All right, and as always, we start off our show with heavy metal news, and I will go first because, well, I'm awesome. And my news today is about Metallica, or Metallica, as some people know them. They offered to pay for the replacement of stolen gear for one of their tribute bands, a Spokane, Washington-based Metallica tribute band, Blistered Earth, which sounds like a way too heavy name for like a Metallica tribute band. That sounds definitely more like a death metal band.
Usually, when you're a tribute band, you name yourself after one of the songs.
Right, like Black. I've seen a Metallica tribute band called Blackened, but they have the Blistered Earth. The logo has the B and the H are like in the Metallica style at the ends, But anyway, they their gear was stolen, and Metallica just said, "Hey, we'll replace your gear for you."
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. And I was looking at the list because I thought, it would just be a couple of things, but no. I'm looking at the gear and there's like, let's see, 5 guitars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 amps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pedals, and then the entire drum kit, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. There's like scrims. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Road cases. All kinds of jazz. So I'm guessing probably in the neighborhood of at least $20,000 worth of gear.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Stolen from them.
There's a meme going around that's like, it goes something along the lines of only a musician would load like $8,000 worth of gear into a $2,000 car to drive, 2 hours to a $50 gig.
Yeah, right. Sounds about right. So that's my heavy metal news. What is your heavy metal news there, Adrian?
I got a whole bunch of heavy metal news today.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah. Just to show you how much other countries are so much more up on heavy metal than what we are. The Quebec version of The Voice, that TV show contestant thing.
Unfortunately, I've seen that.
Yeah. Well, one of the contestants just recently advanced to another round. This is like the 3rd round, I think, that he's advanced by singing death metal.
Nice. That is way better than ours, because I would never fucking make it past like the interview stage in our The Voice.
Yeah, I know. So that's pretty wild to see him up there doing that on a show like that. And then
our The Voice is just hundreds of skags going. Ooh!
Yeah, and the occasional pop country person.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, and then in Germany, Papa Emeritus, I don't know how you pronounce that name. The dude from Ghost.
Yep, gotcha.
Recently joined Creator on stage, just as background vocals to sing the song "Satan Is Real." And the best part is it was on a German talk show.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm guessing that probably wouldn't fucking fly on the 700 Club.
Yeah, I don't think you'd see that on like I don't even know what talk shows we have nowadays, but
the
like
Q?
That or who's the
there's one called Arsenio, The Talk that has Ozzy's wife on it.
Arsenio Hall show, which isn't on it.
Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah, I'm dating myself, aren't I?
Yes. You just fucking do the whoop 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 thing too. Goddamn.
And then here in the U.S., we have Iced Earth just recently released their first single off their new album. It's on YouTube now. So you can check that out. I don't remember the name of it.
You know what? That almost sounds like Iced Earth. It always reminds me of like, if you went to a heavy metal bar, it would be a drinking bar.
The Long Island iced earth.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's that. All right, well, I think that wraps it up for heavy metal news. Now you've been informed. We really need to get like one of those fucking do Hangar 18 news. Like, remember when MTV News used to do that thing?
MTV News, yeah. We
Yeah.
could get the Megadeth tune to go at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Do, 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 do.
You mean Peace Self Move By?
Yeah.
That's the one, the drum line to it. Hell
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
brother. All right. So now moving on to our review portion of the show where we talk about 10 songs we picked. And I picked the songs this week. And there you go. So I picked them. Anyway.
Like half the bands on here have members that are in each other's bands.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, they're like, I guess Southern, they inbreed even in their heavy metal bands.
I knew you were going to say that. I was waiting for it.
All right. So anyway, our first band is the supergroup Down, who has members from Pantera and Superjoint Ritual and I Hate God and Corrosion of Conformity and like
Crowbar.
10 other bands. So anyway, they were formed in 1991 in New Orleans, Louisiana. And this song is called Ghosts Along the Mississippi, which is from their much maligned, in my opinion, not necessarily deservedly maligned, second album, Down to a Bustle in Your Hedgerow, which was released in 2002.
Great album.
And exactly, that's my point, because NOLA was an amazing album. Their first album was just awesome.
Yes.
Their debut was just a badass album.
Yes.
And their second album is not as good as NOLA, in my opinion, but it's still awesome. It's still a really good album. And people shit all over it, you know? And their third one's like an afterthought.
Yeah. The second one is a little more, musically, it's a little more diverse than the first one.
Right. And not only is it a little more diverse, I think they did it. I think they even said, hey, we wanted to make it to where it's not so produced. We wanted to make it like, you know, raw Southern metal, which I think they accomplished that. I think it's really good.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
And this song is a great example of that. My notes are, they have that great main riff and drum call. So, or let me start that one more time. They have that great main riff and drum combo. That's fucking awesome. Love that. Phil's voice sounds really good in this, even like when he's doing like the long vocal parts where he's like, you know, holding the note for a while. And this is what he should stick to. That's what he's good at, you know. He really can't do like the super high pitched screams anymore. Because and if he does manage to pull a couple of them off, his voice is shot for the rest of the concert. Like I saw him with Superjoint Ritual, and he did that. He did the high pitched screams a couple times, and then like the last couple of songs, he was like hoarse as fuck. And you could tell.
Yep. Same. I saw him once at Ozfest. Same thing there.
This is seven.
Of course, he talks for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, he does. Fuck it, like a 3-hour concert. Some of it's Bill bitching about stuff.
Yeah.
So this was 7 years after NOLA. This album reached number 4 on the UK's Metal Hammer chart, and number 14 on Kerrang's chart for that year, and number 20 on Terrorizer's chart for that year. The solo at the end has a very, very Southern bluesy type feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just does. It's got like it hits all the blues notes.
The whole album.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. So I give this an 8.0. What do you think about Down? Ghosts along the Mississippi.
Very good. Yeah, no, I love this song and I love the album. This was right around, they were recording this as Pantera was breaking up.
Yeah.
This was so maybe that's one of the reasons why people don't like this album. I don't know. But just on its own, it's a great album. Like I said, it's a little more diverse, but it still fits that Down vibe. You know, even though they kind of branch out a little bit with their playing, it really displays their musicianship on this album more so than the first one. The first one was just real heavy and thudding and just, punches you in the face over and over again. And this one's a little more, musically, it's a little more refined in spots, if that makes sense. heavy blues influence in the guitar solos, thick, heavy guitars. I love Phil's vocals on the entire album. I find they're a little clearer on this one than
Yeah, they definitely are.
Nola. Yeah, Nola is. I think they just sit too low in the mix on the first album. This one, they're a little.
They heroined them down some.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. But his voice is great. This is like his voice is like made for what the way he sings on this album.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love the song. I give it 9.0. I love it.
9.0. Damn. All right. Fuck. Well, my whole point and beat me out on that. All right.
I know.
Next song is from a band called Black Tusk, which I very first got introduced to Black Tusk when I got Sirius Satellite Radio, which that channel Liquid Metal is fucking awesome. Sirius Satellite Radio. I mean, it's too bad that I don't have like a car that has like satellite radio in it anymore, but I really love that. I had that. But anyway, I don't know why I told you all that. But anyway, Black Tusk formed in Savannah, Georgia, or I like to call it GA, 2005. And this song is called Truth Untold from their album Tendo Wounds. Now, I did not know this, but this band Black Tusk, well, I knew this part, that they were linked to the band Baroness. But I did not realize that the band Baroness, their guitarist, was the one that does all that badass art. John Dyer Baisley. Like if you Google search Baroness art, you'll see like just a shitload of amazing art. And it's like, and I knew that Baroness used it for their covers a lot, but I didn't know it was their guitarist and vocalist doing that. Apparently this guy is just way talented.
Multi-talented, yeah.
Yeah, because his art is awesome. I mean, it reminds me of like a more refined Puss head. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah, and he does Black Tusk's artwork too. Let's see. November 9th, 2014, band member Jonathan Athan died due to injury sustained from a motorcycle accident. So that's never a good thing, right? When you have a band member that dies. Because like all these guys are like, it seems like when they die, they're like, in their 20s or early 30s, and they're like, you just got to think, what else could they have done? Like when you think of like Cliff Burton, the guy was a fucking genius on the bass. I mean, what would Metallica be like had Cliff not died?
That's something we could maybe talk about in a future episode.
Yeah, right. I mean, because I don't think like Load and Further On would have sounded the same if Cliff were still alive. Anyway, the guy he was placed in a medically induced coma, and the only reason I'm talking about this is because he, per his wishes, he was pulled off of life support, and that's the thing. To me, if I'm going to be a vegetable and I'm going to be in life support forever, just fucking pull the plug, man. I don't know. I don't know what people think they're going to get out of living a life like that. I understand. To me, I think it's maybe like sometimes the family being selfish and not wanting to let go.
Right.
So I mean, and I know that's probably hard to do, but I mean, it's not going to be the same person, if their brains all jacked up, and they're or if they whatever. I don't know. To me, I just if I'm not like fully with my capacity, I don't want to. I mean, how else could I be a total asshole if like you know what I mean? All right. Yeah. So anyway, back to the song. It has a very guttural bass and drums at the beginning, and very punk style vocals throughout. I mean, the vocals, you could have pulled them off of like
Nuclear Assault.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Very, very sludgy metal style guitar work. It's probably why they're advertising sludge metal. The video is pretty amusing. It's got the band trying to get to a show, and they're like trying to hitchhike, and their car won't start. It's pretty funny. But anyway, Black Tusk, Truth Untold, I give a 7.5. Treadway.
Yeah, you covered most of the notes that I had written down, actually. Fuzz, the guitars are that fuzz feel that you normally hear in typical stoner metal.
Yeah, sludgy. Yep.
The breakdown around 2:15 was really cool. And I wrote the vocals. He really reminded me of the guy from Nuclear Assault. And then I was scrolling through the comments, and I saw like 4 or 5 other people said
the same thing.
Said the exact same thing. It's like, okay, it's not just me. It was pretty good. I give it 7.5 also, actually.
All right. Nice.
Just as a side note, I was a little more entertained by the video than I was the actual song.
Me too. Me too. I love when he gets in his car and it's just like filled with PBR fucking cans. Just like brush.
I know, right?
That was great.
And then the hippie chick comes to give him a ride, and they're like, "No thanks, we'll pass."
Great. All right, so our next band.
I've been to a few places that reminded me of that shack at the end.
Oh
too.
yeah,
It was that small.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to my uncle's house, there's a lot of places. He lives in Southern Ohio, which is near West Virginia. A lot of places down there like that. So Southern, just saying. All right, so our next band, our next band is probably one of the best named bands of all time, Goat Whore, and I think we talked about the story behind their name before, and it's really a funny story. But anyway, Goat Whore, formed in 1997 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and this is called. I love the name of this song. It's called "Alchemy of the Black Sun Cult," and that's an awesome name for a song. This is from their "A Haunting Curse" album from 2006. They have a simple yet catchy main riff hook. And the one thing that I noticed about the video is like everybody's got spiked bracers on. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty common. It's like all their videos are like that.
Yeah, so there's a breakdown at about 2 minutes, which is a fucking sledgehammer. The vocals, to me, it sounded like somebody like black metal and death metal fucked and had a kid, and that was the vocals.
Yes.
Because it's like somewhere right in between black and death, which I was like, it was pretty good. I mean,
well, Sammy, the guitar player, does the backing vocals. So like, you know, the more
guttural
black metal, style is him, and then the lead singer does the more death metal guttural stuff.
Gotcha. And then like I was kind of grooving on the song for a little bit, and then at like 30 seconds left in the song, they fucking up the tempo. I was like, what the fuck is this? So they just like changed the tempo with like 30 seconds to go, and it just rode out on that. So anyway, Goat Whore, Alchemy of the Black Sun called. I give it a 7.0 Dreadwind. What do you think?
Yeah, the guitars kicked in with a blast, and we covered the vocals. That was my other my other note. Of course, the singer from this band is the same singer from the next band we're about to review after this, from Soylent Green.
Yeah, there's a lot of inbreeding on this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Ben Falgu. I saw these guys a while back. They opened for Crowbar, and they were awesome live. They're kind of a mix of thrash and a little more thrash than death metal, but there's a touch of death metal in there, and also just a hint of that southern groove metal here and there too. You know. And I definitely pick up. I know Sammy from when he was in Acid Bath, and I picked up a lot of that vibe from the music. You know, that man, that sounds like something Acid Bath would do. You know, so I really liked it. I gave this one a 7.5 also.
Oh, so I gave it 7.0. Don't try to put numbers in my mouth.
Oh, you bringing us down, man.
I'm Debbie Downer today. All right, our next band is Soylent Green. They're made out of people. All right, Soylent Green, and that was a great movie, by the way. I love that. Soylent Green formed in New Orleans, Louisiana, again in 1988, and that seems awfully old for that band. Anyway, the song is called "Leaves of Three," and it's from their album Confrontation, which was released in 2005. And this band, like right off the rip, I got like, man, these guys are like the unluckiest motherfuckers ever because, okay. 2004, their bassist was killed in a murder-suicide by his roommate. 2005, their singer, Glenn Rambo, which is a great name, was killed in Katrina. So, goddamn, like, fucking, he didn't catch a break.
Yeah.
You know?
That wasn't the original singer, though. The Ben Falgu was the original singer, so he's, like, back with them.
Gotcha. But, okay, here's the thing about this song. There was blast beat in this song, but they put it in really weird places. The guitar changes also do not occur where you expect, giving them a really like thrown together feel, which I guess that's why this is called extreme metal, which I guess that's kind of like, you know, kind of like the same subgenre that Meshuggah would be in, because it sounds like you're listening to like pieces of 12 different songs at the same time.
Right.
So that's kind of like it's hard to get used to that for somebody that's used to like the standard song structure, like I am, like because I've listened to metal for decades, and it's always had opening, chorus, solo, chorus, end.
Right. But feels a bit disjointed.
Right. Vocals are on point throughout the entire song, and there's a great breakdown at about 2:45. But I give it Soylent Green Leaves of 3. I give it a 7.0.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's got a sludgy start to it, and then it speeds up to black metal levels where it's just like a million miles an hour, and there's tons and tons tempo changes throughout the entire song, and not just tempo changes, but I mean time signatures and all, everything else, all the technical jargon. They must have had like 20 different riffs in this song.
Oh yeah, easy.
It's just
It
hard
choked
to
him
keep
up.
up with sometimes. It did. I know. Yeah, I remember these guys from way, way, way back in the day before Ben started singing with Goat Whore. I saw these guys play Soylent Green. So they've been around for a long time. I give this one a 7.0 also. It's not bad, but it's not quite my cup of tea.
All righty. All right, now we're moving on to probably like one of our most obscure bands we've ever done on this. Band called Pantera, Arlington, Texas, 1981. Every time I see that 1981, I'm like, holy shit. They're older than Metallica. That's fucking insane. So
yeah, but they weren't.
Yeah, they were definitely not Pantera back in the day, right? Yeah, we wouldn't even talk about the glam metal era of Pantera.
Yeah. Pantera, as we know it, is more like 1988.
Yeah, right. Yeah, even the album covers of those early albums, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It looks like fucking CeCe DeVille from Poison just like ejaculated on some fucking crushed velvet, and that was their album cover. Then just like put a panther on it. Like, here we go. Well, that was a pretty weird description there. All right, but anyway, the song is called War Nerve, and it's from their Great Southern Trimkill album, 1996. I remember this album came out like right around the same time that Load came out, because that's the year I graduated high school. And I think both of these albums came out when I was in Las Vegas on a vacation. Phil Anselmo, he recorded his vocals for this album separate from the rest of the band, and I think he did that on the next one too. Reinventing the Steel, he did the vocals separately, and that's never a good thing when your lead singer is like off by himself. That pretty much says that the band does not like each other. So
well, that might also explain. Wasn't it last week you said something about he recently recovered a track that he never put vocals to?
Yep. So and like I shouldn't say the band didn't like each other. I should say that the other three members of the band didn't like Phil because his
Rex obviously didn't have a problem with him because he joined him for the second Down album.
Right.
So, yeah.
Anyway, Terry Date produced this album, and Terry Date, like, he's like one of those guys that like you never hear his name, but he's everywhere. Like Google Terry Date's like the albums. He's like on everything, like even like every genre of metal you can imagine he's on there.
He did Megadeth, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I mean, among like Death Angel and like everything else. I mean, just fucking everything. Yeah. All right. Absolutely.
Who's the other guy? Max Norman.
Yeah.
Max Norman's the other one. Both of them, yeah.
Absolutely amazing opening vocal lyric. I mean, just awesome. A lot of double tracking on the vocals. There's like they layer the vocals somewhat, and it makes Phil kind of sound a little bit more harsh. And the guitars with Dime, it's just like Dime's hammering away on the guitars, and then like Rex does like a little tail to all the guitars, which is like it's fucking perfectly synced up, I think. And then like at 2:45, there's a really badass guitar change up.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite part of this song is between 0 seconds and 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Like right in between there. The song's awesome. So I give this song a 9.0. Good.
Yeah, I'm with you. It starts with a groove and it's got a mean ass rhythm to it. Phil's voice is it's full of anger in this song, which is what the song calls for, and he gets it across very well in this one.
I think the song is called parenthetically "Fuck the World."
Right. Yeah. So it's pretty fitting. Dimebag is awesome in it. The drums are solid. The breakdown around I wrote 3 minutes, but it's right around there. Was awesome. The outro is heavy as fuck. It's a cool song. I give it a 9.0 also, but probably my favorite song off this album was Drag the Waters.
That's a fucking great song. I even like that song Floods, like that beginning riff they do in the Floods, where they got like that weird effect on the guitar, and it's like, I don't know. I can't do it, but it's really awesome. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
All right. Okay. All right, next band is Corrosion and Conformity. And my very favorite thing about Corrosion and Conformity is like I was listening to a live album with Metallica on it, right? And James Hetfield's introducing Corrosion and Conformity. He's like, here's our next band, Corrosion and Conformity, COC. We call them Cock, which that just makes me laugh. So, anyway, they were formed in Raleigh, North Carolina, which I'm not even sure if North Carolina counts as the South, but I count it as the South because it's south of me, so it's definitely South. And not only that, they named their album Deliverance, so that's definitely South too. 1994.
It's south of Virginia, so
yeah, and Virginia I would also consider to be the South.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is from their 1994 album Deliverance. The song was called Albatross, which is like their hit off of this album, one of the two, I think. Right out the gate, right out the rip, the song is a fucking grinder of sludge with Pepper's bottomed out guitars, just like right fucking from the rip. The song's main riff is relentless. The singing, which it's from what I understand, it's Pepper singing in this song.
Yep.
Has a definite blues influence. The first solo, actually both solos, are like these really bright spots in like the super heavy low guitars, which I think is pretty good because it's a nice contrast, I think.
Yep.
And also in 2014, Rolling Stone magazine ranked Deliverance number 31 on their list of best rock albums in 1994, which that's saying something because 1994 everybody was probably ejaculating all over grunge music. So I mean that's saying something, and it's not just metal. They're talking about rock albums.
Yeah, it should be higher than that.
Fucking A, right? And to me, this song, it makes you involuntarily bob your head. I mean, I'm a big Corrosion Conformity fan, and like a lot of their stuff doesn't get the it's like America's Volume Dealer is a masterpiece in my opinion, but their other albums are really good too. But I give this song an 8.5. What do you think, Griff?
I love Corrosion of Conformity.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
I saw them open for Metallica. They were amazing. And I wrote the same thing you did. Well, not quite the same thing, but the same meaning behind it. The music makes you want to move. You know, it makes you want to move to the groove. They're full of Sabbath influence, and they're really the quintessential Southern metal sound. If you had to pick an example of what Southern metal is and what it sounds like, this band and even this song would be like the shining example of here. This is what it is.
I maybe pick them and Pantera too. Probably.
Maybe, you know. But this was actually the first album that Pepper started singing on.
Right. Yep.
Their singer had quit, or they kicked out their singer before this album, and it was just the four of them, and they were rehearsing and getting ready to record, and Pepper was doing vocals for the rehearsals, and they couldn't find a singer, so the rest of the band was like, dude, why don't you just sing? You're singing right now anyway. So there you go. That was the start of a whole new era for COC.
All right.
Yeah, I love it. 9.5.
Pepper's brother's named Salt.
That might be his cousin.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, his brother's name is Paprika. Or what's that southern thing you guys put on everything down there? That southern spice?
Tony Chachere's?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Seasonal.
You guys eat that fucking ochre down there too. That's what the fuck.
If it's fried, yeah.
I've tried fried ochre. It tastes like fried ass.
If it's fried, we'll eat it.
Grits are disgusting too. I'm just saying. The South's food sucks.
No way, man. No way.
They're like, hey, you got to put butter and everything else in there. I'm like, okay. I could butter up Rosie O'Donnell's butthole and still ain't gonna fucking eat it. All right, go ahead.
I'm done. 9.5.
The Rosie O'Donnell butthole threw you off, didn't it?
You can't top that. Yeah.
9.5?
I'm not going there. Yes, 9.5.
Damn, killed it.
Love this song, man.
It is a good song.
Classic.
All right. Okay. Our next band is from another band that I love, another Southern band I love. I mean, fucking the South has got like some good stuff down there.
That's right, man. You were
like
hating on us, bro.
Yeah, if you can ignore like all the, like no shoes and fucked up teeth and like inbreeding down there.
I'm gonna send you some crawfish.
Yeah, and bug eating. All right, so if you can ignore all that, they got some good stuff, right? So especially as far as heavy metal goes. A Crowbar formed in New Orleans, Louisiana. 1998. This is from their self-titled album, which I guess is their sophomore album. I guess they had one album before their self-titled. This is 1993. And I think I said they were formed in 1998. No, that was wrong. They were formed in 1988.
Yeah.
And this is a song, All I Had, and then parenthetically, I think it says, I Gave. And the band, let me start that one more time. The band dates back to 1988 when Kirk Windstein joined the premier hardcore punk band Shell Shock in New Orleans. So Crowbar came out of a punk band. That's weird.
You know who was in that band?
I do not. Who else?
I think Phil was in that band with him.
Phil Anselmo, that doesn't shock me at all.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Kirk Windstein's vocals sound like a heavy metal Kermit the Frog in places, but it works.
Yeah. Now that you say that.
And apparently a lot of people thought that the lyrics were not All I Had I Gave, but Motorhead are gay. Like I saw a lot of people saying that in the comments, but that amused me, so I had to point that out. I thought that was interesting.
Wow.
Motorhead are gay. All right.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
This album was produced by Phil Anselmo, and the guitars are gut punched throughout the entire song. My only one knock on this song is the outro is dragged out too long, in my opinion, but I give it a 7.5 regardless. Crowbar, All I Had, I Gave, Dreadwind.
Yeah, did you know Kirk's actually originally from England?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he does
have a little bit of an accent, I think. Yeah, now you mentioned it.
Yeah, he was born in England, and then they moved over. I don't know what year they moved, but they moved to New Orleans, and he's been there.
Wasn't Crowbar on an episode of Beavis and Butthead one time, and they kept talking about how fat they were?
Oh yeah, they were definitely a Beavis and Butthead band. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure. I want to say he was in that band. I know Phil was in another band before he left New Orleans. And I want to say that was the band that he was in. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that was it. But anyway, thick, heavy guitars, which is kind of a theme we have going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, his vocals kind of sound strained, but it fits the music. And now that you mentioned that, yeah, it does kind of sound like that.
I told you.
Yeah, it's funny. It's actually kind of fast for Crowbar. The tempo of the song. I'm used to them being a little slower and sludgier. It kind of have a bit of a quicker tempo than what I'm used to hearing from them. But it breaks down about 2 minutes in and starts to slow down and just really gets into this really hard riffing area. And that's kind of common for a lot of bands from the New Orleans area. They that kind of style and groove thing going on right there. So they were awesome live. I was like literally 2 feet away from them when I saw them.
I think with Southern State groove thing, they spell it with an A.
Thang, yeah.
Thang, groove thang.
Probably so. Good song. It's not my favorite by them, but it's good, solid Crowbar song. Give it an 8.0.
8.0. All right. Say, I was going to tell you too. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, right? But since you pointed out how I pronounce tour, I want to point out something you do all the time. I'm not even sure if you're aware of it. Like instead of saying like I have that somewhere around here, you'll say I have that somewheres around here with an S.
Do I? Okay.
Yep. or you'll say I don't know. It was nowheres to be found. You'll have an S on it. Yep.
I've never noticed that. I'll have to.
You do it now. You every time you do it, you're like, son of a bitch. I wish you never pointed that out. All right. Okay. Our next band, which I've never heard of this band, it's called Maylene and the Sons of Disaster, which is a pretty good song name or a pretty good band name, I think. And the song is called Caution Dangerous Curves, which could be a great porno name. This is from their self-titled debut album, 2005. They're from Birmingham, Alabama, which we all know what else is from Alabama. You know, inbreeding and Forrest Gump.
Surprisingly, not Alabama Thunder Pussy.
Yeah, right. Or what else? The University of Alabama. Really good college football, I guess. All right. My notes are the music is groovy as fuck, but it really doesn't match up to the vocals. It seems like you took like a southern groove metal band and then just like threw this hardcore guy on top of it. It's like, what? It's southern and hardcore is definitely not two things I would normally put together, right? It just seems like, you know, I don't know. It seems like you got a bowl of grits and then you get like a New York pizza and dip it into the grits. It just doesn't work.
Okay. Bad analogy, but okay.
That's a great analogy. God damn it. All right. There's a pretty good solo over top of the like the center part of the song where they're like, you know, they're breaking it down a little bit. There's a pretty good solo on top of the center ref. But I give this a 7.0. Maylene and the Sons of Disaster, Caution Dangerous Curve. What did you think, Dred?
Yeah, I love the music and the entire song. I thought the music kicked ass. It's got a great groove, just sledgehammer riffs throughout. Good southern groove going on. The only thing that knocked it for me was really the vocals, the singer. I was like, calm down, son. Jeez.
Yeah, he's almost like a New York pizza, and you take it and dip it into some southern
No. No. Yeah, he's singing like he's in a metalcore band, and the music just does not fit.
Yeah, it's definitely not core music, but it's core singing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he needs to be singing with Hatebreed or something. I give a 7.0. And I mean, if the vocal style was different, it would be like probably a 9. That's how good the music was, you know?
Right. I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah.
All right, our next band is definitely, I mean, when I heard this, I'm like, this is definitely a Southern metal band. And it was even like when I Googled search, hey, Southern metal bands, this came up, but they're from Pennsylvania. Yeah, exactly. But and so I fucked that up. The rest, everything else, that was the theme of today's show was Southern metal. But this one's from Pennsylvania. But they fucking came up with a Google metal search of Southern metal, right? This is American Six Gun, which come on, that definitely sounds like some Southerner would say. They love their revolvers and like cowboy hats down there, boy. All right. I just like pushing the threshold of when Redwood gets pissed off about me like constantly ripping on the South. All right.
Yeah. Y'all have more rednecks than you think you do.
No, fuck yeah, we do. We're like 90% rednecks. You guys are like 93%. We're claiming that fucking 3% as a victory, goddammit. All right, so this is American Six Gun, band from Pennsylvania, formed in 2009. This song is called Dirty Sweet from their album Devil in Your Bones, which is also could be a great porn name or porn video name. Definitely some country tones in the guitar and the vocals. Like not totally country, but you can definitely pick up some country. But then they punch you in the face with the refrain. Like they go, and then they fucking nail you with some pretty heavy stuff, right? The drums are not loud enough in some places. Like I don't know if the drums get washed out for me in some places, which always detracts from the song for me. The song seems to drag out at the end where they basically just repeated the main part of the song again with this weird vocal overlay of the guy just like constantly sounding like he had his balls getting squeezed by an ogre. And just like he just like went the entire thing, and then they just replayed half the song again. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But anyway, American.
That's a mental image I will not be able to get out of my head.
I know. It'd be like Rosie O'Donnell's buttered butthole. But that'd be a great song name too. I gave American Six Gun Dirty Sweet a 7.0. What did you think about it, Drew? Give me a second to recover. All right.
Yeah. Okay. What did I write down? Bluesy guitar intro. It kicks into it about a minute in. I don't really have many notes on it. I mean, it didn't jump out and like really, grab your attention or anything. Or that either, doesn't fill you up at all. It's not bad, but like I said, it doesn't jump out and stand out at you and make you go, oh man, I want to listen to more of that. It's just kind of there, kind of like kind of feels like a filler song,
Yeah.
So 7.0 for me.
All right, so we matched up again there. I'll be there. We're pretty symbiotic on this whole one here.
I know, right?
I know, fuck. All right, so our last song was called a band called His Name Was Iron, and it's called Down with the Thickness. Come on, get down with the thickness.
I was totally expecting a some sort of mashup or something
A cover of
relating to
Disturbed.
some sort of parody or something, and I
Totally
didn't
was
get it.
nothing like that.
I was a little disappointed
All right,
actually.
they're from Jacksonville, Flat, and this is off their album Chariots for Hire.
That's about as south as you can get.
It is definitely down there. Like you think the only further south you can go is the Keys. So
Or
and then all you
Brazil.
got down there is like super like rich retired people. But anyway, definitely newer hardcore with a southern twist. It basically sounds like I don't know, kind of like Hatebreed got was in a Civil War reenactment down there somewhere. That's kind of what it sounded like to me. But when you like Google this band, like the fourth thing that comes up in the Google is their MySpace page. This band's still pretty unknown apparently. So that's all I have. That's all I have for this review here. But I give it a 7.0. I mean, it's not bad. But just like I said, again,
Yeah.
Southern and hardcore is not two things. But it's almost like you took a New York style pizza and dipped it in spirits. So I give it a 7.0. What did you think about His Name Was Iron by, or no?
I didn't. This was the one band that really didn't fit the list for me because I didn't pick up on much of a Southern vibe at all from these guys. They just kind of sounded like a very generic metal. You had some screams mixed in with some clean vocals. It just kind of blasted throughout and just again kind of a very generic metal sound, like kind of like what you would hear from I don't know, Five Finger Death Punch or something,
Or Disturbed.
Well, I mean, even those guys have, at least they have like a little stick that they do, with the wah.
Where he goes, all right, I don't get it.
Yeah, at least they have a distinctive sound to them. These guys sound like, I don't know, this band sounds like 50 other bands that all sound like this. I mean,
Yeah,
even
Disturbed, that lead singer definitely sounds like he's getting punched in the fart box whenever he's singing.
yeah, well, like I said, you hear them, you at least know who they are.
That's true. Yes.
Just generic is that's what I got out of this one. I guess 7.0 also. It didn't.
All right.
It's not horrible. It's not bad. It doesn't suck, but it doesn't stand out either.
Doesn't reach out and grab you. All right.
No.
Well, that does it for our song reviews this week, and I think they averaged about maybe a little over a 7.
Probably.
So I think Pantera helped them out a little bit, and Corrosion Conformity helped them out a little bit. But yeah. Pretty non-remarkable. All right. So now we're going to do a new segment, and I call this shit that's played a million times that sucks that everybody else thinks is great. And
you might need to come up with a more concise title than that.
Yeah, you're probably right, but that's what I feel like. Just all this stuff. It's like these songs that you hear them on the radio constantly. Why the fuck do people like this fucking song? And even if they liked it at first, after the 75,000th fucking time that month, you still like it? All right. Anyway, I'm going to start off with my number 5. It is Photograph by Nickelback. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, makes me laugh. Fucking Billy's eyes are red. What the fuck? I fucking hate Nickelback, and I especially hate this song. Fuck Nickelback and fuck Photograph. Go ahead with your number 5.
Okay, you know what? You might rip on me for living in the South, but one thing that we don't have is Nickelback on the radio every 5 minutes. So
that might be an incentive for me to move down there.
Yeah, it might be. I cannot remember the last time I've heard a Nickelback song on the radio.
I might be able to put up on small collars in the fucking 115-degree August, but
not complaining about that. But unfortunately, what we do have on the radio down here is Linkin Park every 5 minutes. So I'm gonna anything from Linkin Park.
Your number 5?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Because I was a little
more specific. Yeah, me too. I was a little more specific. By the way,
I don't know any of their songs. So.
Oh yeah, Screechy Guy and Rappy Guy is what I call all this shit. All right. So my number 4 is Monkey Wrench by the Foo Fighters. I wanna be your monkey wrench. Fuck that song. I get why people like the Foo Fighters. It's because they see Dave Grohl and they get a big fucking Nirvana boner. I understand that. And Dave Grohl's talented. I'll give him that. He knows how to play guitar. He knows how to play drums. He can sing, etc. Right? Great. Fantastic. But Foo Fighters for me is like just rock music, and it's not even hard rock. It's like some of his songs are like even like I would call I don't know. I just wouldn't call them hard rock. And this fucking Monkey Wrench song was everywhere for. I think it's that Monkey Wrench song was the. I think it might be the one where they did the Mentos bullshit in their video. Maybe I don't know, but I hate it. So fuck Monkey Wrench and fuck Foo Fighters. What's your number 4?
Hang on, I got to cross off where I got there. Okay. My number 4 would be Guns N' Roses' "Welcome to the Jungle." Which at one point was a great song, but I have heard it and it's been overplayed so much I get sick of hearing it. I can't even get past the opening guitar part, and you know the change the channel.
Let's go again. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what? That's the thing is like that album, that Appetite for Destruction album.
Great album.
That's the one album from Guns N' Roses that I don't hate, and I don't even not a big Guns N' Roses fan, but yeah, I'm totally with you. They way overplayed that fucking song, and actually they overplayed about half the songs on that album. All right.
Yeah, I actually heard Mr. Brownstone on the radio the other day, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't heard that in like 10 years.
You been down where Mr. Brownstone, he's been calling. All right, that was bad. All right. So my next song is "American Idiot" by Green Day. Right?
Oh God.
Yeah. Idiot. I'm talking about agenda. Okay, we get it, fucking Billy Joel with your fucking lip that goes all the way up to your fucking right eyeball. Fuck off. And that fucking that even the logo that looks like a heart that made out of a hand grenade just pisses me off to look at. I don't even like it. And they made like a fucking play out of that song. Like what the fuck? So fuck American Idiot.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was on
Broadway and it got like all kinds of acclaim. So fuck American Idiot, fuck Green Day. What's your number 3?
Number 3, anything from Breaking Benjamin.
Oh God, yes.
All of their songs sound exactly the same. And I'm not talking about, I remember a couple of shows ago we talked about Sabaton, and I mentioned how they kind of have a formula where you have the chorus and then the verse and then the chorus, you know, and all of their songs follow the same formula, but the difference is their verses and choruses actually sound different from each other in each songs. Breaking Benjamin's every single song sounds exactly the same. It has the exact same intro, and then it trails off into the little bass line, and the singer comes in and sings the exact same way, and then they kick into the chorus, which sounds exactly like every other song that they do.
Totally
enough.
Totally enough. All right. My number 2 most overplayed song that everybody thinks is great, but I don't like, they play it too much, is Seether, "Broken." They fucking played the fuck out of that song. Because they did, I think that was even in the Punisher movie with Tom Jane in it. That fucking the Seether, because it's got he does his like whatever the fuck you want to call it singing, and then you got Amy Lee coming in there singing with Seether, and you know what Seether in general is kind of like
they were dating each other for a while.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Well, like this song, fuck off. I just get so sick of hearing that.
I like their other one that I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a song.
That one.
I don't know. I don't remember now. But it's after they broke up, and basically he wrote it as like a fuck you to her.
All right. But anyway, this song is like the song that I picture like every angsty like 14-year-old girl like I go through so much shit playing this song, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now that you mentioned her, you know, I could have put them on my list, Evanescence, because oh my God, I got so sick of hearing them.
Oh yeah.
And her voice.
Yeah. So the interesting story, right? I was driving around in my sister's van one time, and like my sister and I don't really hang out with her all that much. I was driving around in my sister's van, and this Evanescence song, that "Going Under" song, came on, and like her and her boyfriend like were headbanging to. I'm like, what are you doing? Headbanging to "Going Under" by fucking Evanescence. What the fuck? At least I think that was an Evanescence song, but it was like, what the fuck? Anyway, that's my number 2 song, "Seether, Broken." What was your number 2?
It would probably be anything from Limp Bizkit, which thankfully they don't play them anymore. But back, if you were alive in the 90s, you could not escape the Limp Bizkit phenomenon.
Well, you know why? It was all for the nookie.
And I think I mentioned this in one of our concert stories. I'd seen them play before they were popular.
Oh
And
yeah, I think you said Fred Durst like walked by and said, "Hey man, whatever."
gave me with the demo tape, and I went home and threw it in the trash. It was so bad, and like 3 months later, they were all over the MTV and all over the radio, and I was like, "Why did I throw that away? I could have sold it."
Didn't they do a cover of that song by that dude from Wham?
Yeah, I think so.
What the fuck's that dude's name from Wham?
George Michael.
Yeah, George Michael, and the song was called Fate. Yeah.
Yeah, they also did that Who cover. Was it the Blue Eyes, the Behind Blue Eyes?
Oh yeah, Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
They did that was like a team up with another band, that wasn't.
Don't know.
Okay. All right. My number one most fucking hated overplayed song is Three Doors Down, Kryptonite. Jesus fucking Christ. They overplayed the fuck out of this song when it came out. If I go crazy, fuck off. I mean, Jesus Christ, enough. Like, it's literally every hour at least. And like I was saying on my Facebook status, kids today, they don't understand that, like, just like 10, 15 years ago, not everybody had MP3 players, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like your Apple MP3 player was like, it had 2 gigs worth of songs on it. It was like $600. So, back in like the early 2000s, parents wouldn't just plop down $600 to their kids like they do now. Shit, nowadays, fucking kids have like Cadillac Escalades at fucking 4 years old.
I know.
They're like, yeah, I'm rolling, bitch. Okay, Jesus. When I was 4 years old, I played with sticks. Anyway,
they roll into preschool with their iPad and iPhones.
Right. Yeah, I swear to God, I see kids who are like under 10 all the time with iPads and iPhones. Like, who the fuck are you social networking with? Barney?
Yeah.
Anyway, Three Doors Down, Kryptonite, my number one most overplayed, hated song that everybody else thinks is great. What was yours, Dreadwood?
My number one is probably mainly because it's so recent, and I'm just so sick of hearing it right now, is Metallica's Moth in the Flame.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, enough with it. We get it. It's Metallica. You want to ejaculate over everything that they make. It's not that good.
No.
Get over it.
Yeah, it definitely is not all that good.
They could make an album of them farting on a microphone for an hour and sell it, and as long as it said Metallica on the cover, it would go platinum. So,
yeah, you're right. You're not only that, is like as if you made fun of people like, oh Jesus Christ, you haters. They're not going to go back to Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Their new farting album is great. You just don't understand. You need to get with the times.
They're not going to make the same album over and over again.
Right. Well, good. Yeah. Fucking stop. Right. All right. So that, we went like way, way, way overboard on that, I think. So hate. But that's good though. So anyway, that's our show. And thanks to the one listener for listening. And here comes Dreadwin's favorite part. This Saturday, if you're in Columbus and you want to go to the Hyatt Regency, which is basically the Columbus Convention Center, I will be there as Cobra Trooper at YoiCon. That's where I'm going to be.
I still can't get over that. YoiCon.
YoiCon. Yep.
Does that mean something? Is Yoi something that I'm not aware of?
I have no idea. Anime people scare me sometimes, so I don't know. But I'll be amongst them.
It's the eyes.
Yeah, that too, man. Like, you either like either super tiny or just gigantic. Anyway, that does for the show. I just want to say, fucking horns up, stay metal, Dreadwin.
Yeah, I'm not going to be anywhere this weekend. So.
Anywheres? See?
Anywheres. That's right. Anywheres.
All right, man. Everybody have a good day, and don't text and drive. We're out.